Welcome back, everybody. Kicking off today's deep dive with something, well, a little different. We're going deep into a prayer.
A prayer.
Yeah, you heard that right. But before you think we've gone all religious on you, hold on. We're all about exploring interesting stuff, right? And this one, it's hooked me. It's called the Great Spirit Prayer.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one. What's the story?
So it's not super well known, like some of the common ones you hear. Our source material, just so everyone's on the same page, is this handout from a therapist. They use this prayer in their practice, and it's originally from, get this, oral tradition in some Native American groups.
Oh, wow. Passed down through generations then.
Exactly. The therapist actually learned it from a guy named Les Armstrong. He's Ojibwa tribe up in Canada. Emphasizes how important that oral history is. But here's the thing. It's used by some of these groups, like in recovery circles and such, instead of, more common prayers, the serenity prayer, that sort of thing.
Interesting. So what makes this particular prayer so special? Why use it over others?
Right. That's what we're diving into. So the handout, it explains this prayer is rooted in Great Lakes tribes traditions. And what stuck out to me, it's all about connecting to a power bigger than yourself, but not necessarily like a god.
More of a concept.
Yeah. Could be nature, the universe, even something like gravity, right? Whatever represents that larger force idea for you. And it's about asking for strength, but to overcome your own internal stuff. Like, there's this line, hold on, I wrote it down. Let me not judge others, but fight my greatest enemy, myself.
Ooh, that's powerful. So it's about taking responsibility.
Totally. And it ends with this image of, like, facing the end of your life without shame because you lived with integrity. Heavy stuff.
You said it's short.
Deceptively short. But to really get it, maybe we should just hear it. I'll try to do it justice. Clears throat slightly. Oh, great spirit, whose voice I hear in the winds, whose breath gives life to all the world, hear me. I am small and weak. I need your strength and wisdom. Pause. There's more. But even just that opening.
Wow. The language is really something. Very evocative.
Right. So knowing that background, where it comes from, how it's used, what are your initial thoughts?
I'm struck by how much it packs into such a short space.
Yeah.
You're right. It's not asking for things, like, please fix this problem for me.
It's more internal, like you were saying.
Exactly. Tapping into something inside you.
Yeah.
And confronting your flaws rather than praying them away. That's got to be huge in a recovery setting, facing those things head on.
And it's interesting, right? Because it's not tied to a specific religion. Like, you don't have to believe certain things to connect with it.
That's the beauty of it, I think. It's almost like a universal toolkit.
I like that.
It's adaptable, you're spiritual, great. More scientific, that works too. The core idea that there's something bigger than us. However you tap into that, it's valid. For some, it's community. For others, it's scientific principles, even art. Whatever helps you access that inner strength.
And there's this line, walking in beauty, that really struck me. It's like multi-layered,
Oh, absolutely. It's deeper than just like looking nice. It's about living right, respecting nature, treating others well, making choices that line up with what you value.
Yeah.
Ethical beauty, moral beauty, leading to that life of integrity the prayer talks about.
Yeah, that really resonated with me, that walking in beauty idea. And it takes on a whole other meaning when we think about it being used in recovery, right? What stands out to you about that?
I think it's the honesty, honestly. It's blunt about how we get in our own way. So many prayers, they're about asking forgiveness or for help with things outside of our control. This one says, nope, you deal with your own stuff.
You own your part in it.
Yeah. Acknowledge you're part of the problem, even if you don't want to admit it. And that's powerful. If you're trying to break free from addiction, from negativity, anything, got to start with owning your role.
Makes you think, what's your greatest enemy? Like, prayer, no prayer, that's a question we can all ask ourselves, right? If you want growth, you got to look inward.
Exactly. We search for answers everywhere else. Maybe the real work is facing what's inside.
And like the prayer says, facing it with courage, no shame.
Powerful stuff. No matter who you are, where you come from, that resonates.
Gives you a lot to think about, huh? We'll leave you with that image. Walking in beauty. Thanks for joining this deep dive, everyone, and we'll see you next time.